Hi, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to new members of our community. My name is Yasa, I'm a violinist, and I moved from St. Petersburg, Russia to United States, Florida almost 10 years ago now. And I started this channel during pandemic purely for fun, guys, okay? No expectations and no complaints, all right? You're getting what you paid for, so this is free, so enjoy. I'm joined today by medical specialist Tommy Tomato, a bear. He is specialist in dating advices, and he'll be consulting me today on giving a dating advice because, well, welcome to a new playlist, How to Date in America. And today we are talking about a breakup. I know it's a sad topic, so let's just get serious for a little bit. How do we deal with the breakup? Well, I just want to tell you one thing that I wish I knew earlier. It's unavoidable. Everyone will go through this. I was trying from the young age, being an avid reader, knowing the heartbreak, despair, and how truly devastating that experience is for especially young minds and especially for women, right? Because I don't know if especially for women, but I consider us very sensitive, right? And I consider men maybe more a bit stronger. But you know, if we're talking about teenagers, everyone taking it really close to heart, right? So after reading all those novels where poor lovers had to kill themselves, right, with unfortunate circumstances they were in, like Romeo and Juliet, and all the books based on basically tragic love, right, or unrequited love, what can be sadder. I really wanted to kind of protect myself from this. I was afraid to fall in love for a very long time. I was protecting my heart. I didn't want to go through that painful feeling of a breakup. And you know what? With all my precautions, with all my superstitions, with all my cautiousness, I still went through it. So however careful you are, whatever you decide is the best course of action, it's still gonna happen. So just know that this is a part of life, and you're gonna be a better person after that. You will understand more things. You will learn to see clearer, to maybe read people better. You know what I mean? You will be wiser, much wiser for that. And this is a priceless experience. So don't be afraid of it. It's gonna happen. And this is my first advice. Still be cautious. Still consider the time that you put into dating, right? Give it time, because if it's a quick relationship and you just fall in love quickly, unfortunately there is high percentage that it's gonna fall apart as quickly as it came together. So the best caution and precaution you can take here to really be sure that this is gonna work, those relationships are gonna work, put a lot of time into it, meaning wait for a long time to develop the relationship. Give it time to grow naturally, organically. Nothing grows fast. If you look at the gardening, right? We put the seed in the ground and then we wait for months on end for it to have a first blossom coming out, first streak of greenery, right? And then it blossoms, and then it has its it comes to fruition, right? Whatever fruit or vegetable or berry that is, that comparison went too far, further than I expected. So anyways, it goes to say that everything takes time. We develop skills slowly, right? For example, to become a professional violinist like I am, it took me 25 years. It took me 11 years of school, 5 years of conservatory, and then 6 years of conservatory here in the United States. It took a long time and patience. You can't become a professional overnight. To build a new habit, you have to really put, they say 21 days to create a new habit, but to be really good at it, it needs to be much longer time, right? So the same with relationship. Why do we expect it to have some kind of magic growth? And then when it still comes to breakup, because unfortunately some of the relationships, many of the relationships will come to an end, and only one will stay true, right, and forever, hopefully, but a lot of them will come to an end. Just understand that this is a process of life. Things start and things end. If you really put your effort into it, you really did your best, you really were genuine and hard, your heart was into it, you were kind, you were patient, you really worked on the relationships and it still didn't work, understand that this is a process of life, and that is okay to end. Like life has a beginning and an end, and all times, the good and bad times, have a beginning and have an end. And one thing, if you're leaving someone, right, it's painful as it is, and my biggest advice in that, don't stay friends. You know, I also had to experience devastating devastating feeling of leaving someone, someone who was in love with me. It's devastating, of course. And my first initial thought was to stay friends, of course, because you know, you care for that person, you want to help them through this, and you do genuinely care for them. You know, you can't just stop loving them all of a sudden. But if you're breaking up for good and you made the decision and you know nothing worked, it's not just a trick that you're doing. You know, I'm gonna break up and you're hoping that he's gonna change. No, if it is a clean breakup, you know, it's better if it's clean and you are not seeing each other. Unfortunately, I had to realize that the hard way. It's impossible to keep being there for them, because you only kindling the hope, which is really unfair to them and really hurtful, and it's only gonna prolong the agony. So cut it clean, have mercy, cut it clean, and later on, if you connect in life and become friends, well, maybe, but didn't happen for me. He reached out a year after, but I wasn't ready to see him, and I just left it at that. And I think I made the right choice, because it would be painful for me also to go through this again. Now, if you are the one who being left, that is, of course, much more tragic and much more devastating. Although the first experience I wouldn't wish on anyone as well. With this, you have to understand that if you are the one who being left, there is nothing you can do to get back together. Once that decision is made, and it's not just, again, a trick to see if you're gonna pursue them or change or something, if it's really a breakup and you understand why it happened and you see their point too, let them go. Let them go. Let them go. You're gonna also prolong agony for yourself. You're gonna cling to the memory of something being so good and not seeing a future opportunity for you that can be as good or much, much better even. It's very hard to let go, I know, but it starts with the decision. Just understand that there is no going back. You can't go into the same river twice. And whatever didn't work for that person, it's not gonna work again, because you are the same person and he's the same person. There weren't time passed for you both to change. You know, life changed you through difficult experiences, through challenges. Something in your life dramatically happened and you completely changed. That happens. Maybe you can get back together after years, which I'm not testimony to. I never gone through this, so I can't talk from the experience, so I won't. But just the first step, understanding to let them go now, is important, because you are the same people, and whatever didn't work, it's not going to work again. Probably it's the best for both of you, because if the other party stopped caring, it's impossible to get their love back. They still love you, of course, but they made a decision to move on. Get on board with that. Make that decision for yourself. And then work on forgiving. I have another video on how to forgive. I talk in more length about that there, so I really recommend you to look for it. I'll just say here that it's a long process and it takes a long time. So if you've been together for years, it will take um, many months. If it's been your, like wedding, married couples break up after 25 years, so probably it will take you years. But don't put your life on hold. Keep on with all what you're doing. Even the same night, if you had the plans to go to opera, go out and keep um, your poker face, right? Pretend that it's okay, and you will feel better just belonging to the community and not allowing this experience to put your life on hold. And work on forgiving. Listen to meditations. Well, I'm not gonna go on rambling about that because you can find the other video, right? Going through breakup is painful, and me and Tommy Tomato, we both agree on that. But everyone survives. As long as you make a decision to survive, as long as you understand that this shall pass, and it will pass, as long as you make a decision to be strong and to move on and to forgive, you're gonna be okay. You just have to work on that and understand that it's gonna be probably a long process, but it will end. It will turn around, and every human being living on earth have been through this. I wanted to say except monks and priests, but you know what? They were through this too, and we don't know what brought them to church. So a painful experience in life could be very much the reason that bring people to church. In fact, my mom experienced a tragic divorce in her life. She's been married to my dad for 25 years. So that's why I was talking about those married couples. 25 years, this is your entire life. And then how do you move on and adjust to a new reality when a spouse and your partner in life, father of your children, leaves you after 25 years together? Imagine that. She found solace in church. She found support in church, in volunteering and helping out at the church. She's the theater director, so she was teaching theater to orphanage children who lived at the orphanage, and she gave them lessons and taught theater for many years every week. And she recovered. You know what? She recovered. She bounced back. She found strength in art, in her creativity, in arts, in her children, of course, in the theater. She found joy in life, and as will you. I believe in that. And if you can share your experience and give advice, please do so, because we all in this together, and especially in this pandemic, we don't have better things to do, right? So purely for fun, no complaints. You can't sue anyone if my advice didn't work. I don't take any responsibility, okay? But I just love you guys, and I wish you to be as happy as you can be, all right? Please like Mr. Tommy Tomato. He'll appreciate it. Subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Пока. Bye.
Y pa' empezar.